Hi there. In this session, I'd like to run you through the standard stair macro. The standard stair macro was added around the Select Series 6 point, and for Select Series 8, the team have made some adjustments and fine-tuning to the module, and I'd just like to run you through a few of the different ways how you can use it. So we're working with the Select Series 8 interface here, and we'll go to our Pro Steel tasks. Under Stairs, number 3 is Standard Stair. Now I'm going to use the MicroStation key-in function here to start at 000, and I'm going to pick the direction that I'd like the stair to run in. This is standard for any type of stair that we run. Okay. You can see that the stairs go in and we've got a standard dialog that comes up. Don't forget to expand out the graphic. Makes it a lot easier for us to understand what it's talking about. Okay, and we've got our tabs across the top. So we'll kick off with the general parameters, which got things like the stair width, etc. The offset of the step up to the edge of the stringer. Stringer, of course, we can change the object type. By standard it will be PFC. Okay. We can create a group on the fly as well as have an individual work frame for the stairs, but I've opted to have this switched off. Okay. Other things to bear in mind is your landing thickness will mean your grading thickness. There's a couple of different places where we'll need to put that in. Okay, we actually alter both the stair top and stair bottom at the moment, so we'll kick off with what happens down the bottom of the stair. Okay, you can see that we can offset all the grading and so forth the way that we always have, but we've probably got a lot more control here now. The key important thing here, I guess, as a user, the grating thickness for the bottom that we use gets added into figure number 1. So essentially, if I've got a 200 PFC, I want the PFC thickness as well as the grating thickness, giving me number 1 here will be 232. Alright, input 2 here, that is a support beam that runs across and separates everything out. This guy here is actually how far the grating sticks through underneath the step tread. Okay. Number 4 is how long the landing is. Okay, all pretty straightforward. The thickness of the grating, of course, for the bottom landing is set here. The stair top is very similar to the stair bottom. We don't have a landing type option. Well, I'll show you that in the stair bottom. We do have the support shape options in here like before. And do you want an object to begin at the front? Do you want an object to begin at the back? The one around the back, do we want it miter cut? Okay, or do we just want an object that runs between the two stringers? Import 1, now this is pretty important. The top of the, this is referring to where does the steel work start. So it's the grating thickness down. Okay. The other key important point is the IP of the stairs. Okay, so I want a landing of 1500. I would like my support shape, if I have one, to be 100 back, and the grading there is 32, of course. Now I could have different cuts and different objects. Generally speaking, in Australia we run a straight platform, but we have all of these different options within here of the different types of end finish that we have. But generally speaking, we'll just have a landing. Okay, just running back to the stair bottom, we have a type A and type B. Common in Australia will really be the type A. We don't, in Australia, don't really have that type B here. Okay. Now I've given a couple of templates. Okay, I've given from the slab. Now from the slab won't have a bottom landing. It will just have some feet. The intermediate sample will not have an intermediate landing. It will just have a bottom platform and a top platform. The intermediate with a landing will have the middle landing as shown on the screen at the moment. Okay, so the bottom cut that I was referring to before down the bottom, which would be the one shown on the screen right now, that's the standard one. That is one that drops down to the slab and is reflected in the templates. Okay. Now, the stair runs, this is where things get a little bit interesting. Currently I'm running 2 total runs, so I have an incline, a platform, and an incline, and we can add or subtract the runs as required. Now, the input is here so that the user can specify how you would like the step profile. Okay, whether you go the rises, the goings, the height, the angle, etc, etc. The easiest way probably is for me to show you a picture. Okay, this will kind of give you a breakdown of all the different options that we have available to us. So you can see here with the HRT, I can go for a tread width based on a stair height, okay, and give it a set of rises, okay, and basically it'll work out the mean angle and the step number by itself. Let's move on to our step configuration. There's lots of different options within our steps these days for this macro. We can start with shapes, so you know, PFCs and so forth can be used as step treads, all standard objects. Our standard steps, now this is just like the old macro used to work. The only thing to watch out for, number 4, hole diameter, that is actually bolt diameter, and then you add your work loose then to that. Okay, so just watch out, that's the only thing to watch out for. All the rest of it works really well. We have block steps. I like to use these for my WebForge ones. I've got you just create a drawing of a WebForge step, and then you can call it up and bring it in. Interlock pan, this is new, so we can nominate pressings in a couple of different manners. There's the interlocked one. There's also the filled, which will be upside down and filled full of concrete, I guess. And the final one is the same one flipped over, and you can have all sorts of adjustments and so forth to alter the folds and angles of the folds, etc. So a couple of different options we've got here. Alright, out of the box the template will be set in Australia and New Zealand just for the standard steps, which will create it parametrically on the fly. Final one, final tab will be assignment. Pretty straightforward. It's as per any other ProSteel macro, so we've got our standard objects there we can assign to. I think it's very important to point out that no changes update until you hit the little exclamation mark down here on the lower right. And please don't forget to have a look at the templates provided for you. They're a really good start point for you. And if you get yourself in trouble, you can always come back to that start point. Finally, if you wish to edit the set of stairs, or move it, or copy, or rotate, the properties of the object live in this little yellow circle. Okay, so you just select the circle, and we can move, copy, whatever you like to do with it. Also, the PS properties of the object are there too. So that is how we get back into it. You'd also use that to delete it as well. Now you may have noticed that there is no handrail function within that macro. The handrail function is a completely separate function in its own right, designed to do stairs with landings and so forth, and I'll show you how to do that in a different video.